National on Sport on 1 at 10 to 3, that preview at 25-2. Well, in the overall scheme of things, volleyball is pretty much a minority sport here, but it must be strong in Christchurch because this year's men's final at the club championships featured two Christchurch teams, the defending champions and warm favourites for the 88 title, Pioneer, against Shirley. Now, Pioneer had beaten Shirley 3-0 in section play, although Shirley had beaten Pioneer in the Southern League this season, so they had the potential to spike the Pioneer championship bid. Our commentators are Brendan Telfer and Bill Barker. We pick up the final in the second set. Shirley won the first set 15-11, Pioneer are leading 13-10 in the second, with Shirley to serve, and Shirley are in the blue.
This is a pretty important rally here for Shirley. They really must pick up points very quickly if they're going to get back into the second set. But they've lost it, and so now a real chance here for Pioneer to close out the second set. Only 2 points away. Dudson.
Right, the beat quick coming through the centre there and beating Mark Tremere. Again coming down in front of Mark Tremere's block. Shirley to serve.
It's 13-11. The whistle had gone, lifting. Ball wasn't hit cleanly from one of those Shirley players. And so the service goes to Pioneer at 13-11. Andrew Herkus is clarifying a point there with Gilbert Anoka, the Pioneer captain. And Tamir with the service. Bestie, here comes Vidalin. It's too deep. That's 14-11. So this is set point to make it one set all. And everyone in the stadium is yelling and screaming for somebody at the moment. But Shirley are not out of the second set yet. They've won the service back at 11-14.
Well, that was a great jump serve there.
And the replacement being made here. As Keskin comes on for Redpath. And Vidalin with a powerful jump serve. And Keskin with the tip. And it's 14-13. And now Barnett calls for a timeout as Shirley start to roll their way back into the second set.
Win this set, you are going to win the game. So if you want to win the game, you know what to do when you go out there. You be positive, you play the options, you stick to what we're doing, you learn the lessons if you're beaten, and you know what to do next time. Right? Let's go now. Let's go, guys. Come on, let's go.
Shirley.
1, 2, 3.
Shirley! Now, guys.
Well, you've got to win if it's 14-all. You've got to win by 2 points.
So this is a very crucial rally for Shirley. They know that if they can win this rally, they're well and truly back into the second set. And it's out. It's 14-all. And there's still a lot of volleyball left in the second set yet. And Barnett decides to call for his second timeout.
So that means both sides have had times out.
Well, double now. Come on, this
Shirley,
time. We apply it again. This is their second timeout. They've taken 2 in a row. We do exactly the same. Come on.
All right, you must win by 2 points.
Boy, it's getting tense out there now in the second set. Terry Lomax urging his team on to greater things, telling them that if they win this set, they'll win the match. Well, they're certainly 2/3 of the way there anyway if they can take this set. It's 14-all. And probably there is, I suspect, a little more pressure on Pioneer here than Shirley, Bill Barker.
Yes, well, Pioneer now, I think, will look to be taking this set. They've got a very strong front row with Nadapu and Anoka.
This is set point for Pioneer at 15-14.
There's the block.
Great block there from Tony Nadapu. And boy, are there some relieved faces in that Pioneer team. It's 16-14. What a cliffhanger it was. Two very close sets so far, one apiece. 15-11, the first one going to Shirley. 16-14, the second one going to Pioneer. This could go down to the wire. We may go all the way to 5 sets to decide the winner of this match.
So 1 set all in the men's club final, and Pioneer took the third set 15-4 to take a 2-1 lead. We rejoin the match in the fourth set. Shirley to serve, Pioneer ahead 4-2.
Shirley team who get many of their recruits from Shirley Boys High, one of the nurseries of volleyball in this part of the country.
Ball coming off the block then, going outside the court, giving Pioneer the serve, number 10, Mark Tremere. High open ball to the post, coming off the block of Shirley, and Pioneer to serve.
At 5-2 in the fourth set. Tamir again. And Vidalin letting the ball go, but as often happens with the float serve, it dropped very quickly at the end of its flight. And it was in. It's 6-2, and Terry Lomax has decided to call timeout.
Hey, go for it, guys. You've got nothing to lose. Every point's nothing to lose, guys. You're in there. Nothing to lose. Encouragement, guys.
Well, there we are. It sounds a bit like the stock exchange on a bad morning, doesn't it? But through it all, you might have heard the words there of Terry Lomax telling his players they've got nothing to lose. And that's indeed the case. They were very much the underdogs going into this match against this crack Pioneer side, who are the defending champions and had gone through these preliminary championships here, all the preliminary matches without a loss, and who had looked easily the most impressive team here at the Pioneer Stadium over the past week. And Shirley, who've never finished higher than 6th at any previous national championships, and raised quite a few eyebrows by the way they managed to make it through to the final.
Glenn Hamilton to serve.
6-2, Pioneer in front. Coming off Glenn Hamilton, service returns to Shirley at 2-6. But that's a very handy 4-point lead. There we see the jump serve from Andrew Jarvie. And highly effective it was too. Seems to be, Bill, that the smaller fellows prefer the jump serve.
Well, I mean, the taller you are, the more effective the serve is going to be, so not necessarily.
11-6-5.
That occasion from Jarvie, we saw the ball clipping the top of the net. In volleyball, that counts as a foul serve, and so service goes to the opposing team at 3-6.
Having the height in the jump serve allows you to angle the ball down more effectively. The shorter you are, the more curve you need in the ball.
But here we see Waller, one of the tallest men in the Shirley team, with the float serve. And Gilbert Anoka putting the spike away for a winner. And the score remains at 6-3 in favour of the team with the white strip, Pioneer. McCutcheon to Redpath. Ackerman. That's too deep. It's 7-3. Vidalin and the block at the net, and a double hit as well there from one of the Shirley players. It's 8-3. The double hit meaning the player in fact made double contact with the ball when he returned it over the net. And Ackerman too strong with his return there, reprimanding himself. But it's another point to Pioneer, who are up to 9-3. Things are looking good for the favourites now. 6 points away from winning the national championship title for 1988. Still some work to do yet. The Shirley team have shown a remarkable capacity to fight. It really has been a thrilling match, and has been probably the best match we've seen at these national championships so far. Shirley winning that first set against all predictions, and it really caused the Pioneer team to have to dig very deep and produce their very best form, and they took the second set at 16-14 and what was a real cliffhanger. Then they ran through the third set relatively easy at 15-4 and are in control here at 9-3 in the fourth set. Service back with Pioneer. Tony Kirscher also using the float serve. Lifting there from Mark Tamir. It's got to be a clean contact with the ball. You can't scoop it, push it, or lift it, as we saw from Tamir on that occasion. 11 points to 3, and timeout called by Terry Lomax in the hope of trying to salvage something. Let's have a listen to what Terry Lomax has to say here.
You're keeping the game if you go for it. That means 100% effort, because if it's not 100% effort, the game finishes at 4 points.
Okay, guys, what's happening at the moment is we're snatching at the ball, we're fighting, we're uptight. Relax and let the confidence come back into you. Put the ball away. Don't snatch at it. Let's connect with it properly.
Come on.
Connect with a good thumb.
Desire. Let's go.
Let's go, guys.
1, 2, 3. Desire!
Let's go.
Well, that's the buzzword apparently in the Shirley team. Desire. If you want it badly enough, I suppose you'll get it.
Pioneer are very quick out after the timeout. They're obviously feeling very confident.
And at 11-3 with 2 sets to 1, it's not surprising. And the ball went out from the Shirley player, 12-3. So Pioneer, who gone through this championship tournament unbeaten, and look as if they'll cap off this unbeaten week with victory in this championship final.
Great block there by Mark Tamir, getting very high.
13-3, just 2 points away. And they've certainly prepared themselves extremely well for these championships. They took themselves through Australia, where they in fact managed to beat both New South Wales and Queensland, something no New Zealand volleyball team, not even our national team, has managed before, and surprised a lot of Australians at the quality of their play. And they've continued with that same form here in New Zealand this week at these championships, and have been for most of the week in a class of their own. But they've really pushed to the limit here in these first 2 sets by Shirley. But I just think the superior fitness of this Pioneer team starting to show here as well. At 14 points to 3. 1 point away from victory. Let's service with Shirley at the moment. And we're seeing the fighting qualities again here of the Shirley team at 4-14. Not prepared to lie down and completely hand this match to Pioneer.
Mike Dudson and Tony Natapu coming back on for Pioneer.
Now a chance for Pioneer at set point and match point to take out this 4th set and the national championship title for 1988. And there it is, almost an anticlimax as the Shirley players, thinking that ball was out, left it alone, but it was in, and that's 15-4, and the 4th set and the final set, as it turns out to be in this championship, going to Pioneer, who have beaten Shirley 3 sets to 1 and have retained their national championship title for another 12 months, a title